Hey, good morning. This is the professor with Day Trading for Success. Make sure you read this disclaimer. So I'm not a licensed financial advisor, so you should seek the advice of someone licensed before you try to follow anything here. All right, let's get into it. What a day so far it's been this morning, this craziness. So let me go over the layout we have here first. This is on a Thinkorswim layout. You have a 1 minute chart here. These are 3 5-minute charts that show different stocks down here that I'll be looking at today, as well as the active trader over here, and then the level 2, the 5-minute chart that coincides with this 1 minute chart right here, and then down here is a reduced day chart. So we're just trying to make a mortgage payment this month, so we're just trading slow and steady. We've been doing pretty good so far. Let's get I'll get an update in a minute. So I'm trading live. I have a bunch of people on Zoom. The people on stream are kind of filing in now for the 9:30, where I'll probably take an opening trade, but I always recommend that you do not do that because that is really more gambling than the rest of the trading that we do. Which what we're trading is we're trading a range. So you establish a range, a ceiling and a floor in that range, and you short off the ceiling and then go long off the floor. So, but we're doing the strike and recoil strategy, which is very, that's the bigger picture of that range. But really, the strike and recoil is when a stock strikes up, like it's going up real quick, you play the recoil, because large cap and mega cap stocks, what we trade, a minimum of a $25 billion market cap, they consistently retrace short term and longer term. So that's what the longer term one is, what makes them safe in case you get it wrong. What if it were to strike, but you tried to recoil back here? You try to play a biased, and you also try to trade a stock that more often than not, retraces throughout the day. So if you get in a wrong position, you might be able to hold it. You might even be able to average in. I recommend going in about 25% of your position, trading that way, of your max position, trading that way. Take all your trades that way if you can. But if you get in a position where, oops, it's going the wrong way, then you can add, you can double it once and then double it a second time. Say if you were trading 25 shares, you could go to 50, then you can go to 100, which would actually be your max share size, which you could just trade throughout the day instead of playing it more conservatively. So, but you don't really want to add, if you don't have to your share size. You really should be able to play that recoil and make the money and just get out. So I have a range indicator up here that kind of tells you the range once you get in, what you should expect to trade for it, which way you're going. Like this has Apple or Marvel. Is it called Marvel? What is the name of this stock? It's not actually Marvel. Maybe it is. Marvel's 11 cents up and 12 cents down. Spread is 23 cents. But typically we're going to be doing Apple or Palantir or Tesla or Nvidia or AMD. I do have custom coded scanners here. And this is one that's just my large cap mover. So this is more of a watch list. This is often what you'll see be traded. Today we have the market's just going straight down right now because of the jobs report. This is the consolidation, what I was talking about, a coded. So this picks up, over $25 billion market cap that are moving, typically on an average day in a 1 minute chart, they will be moving more than 100,000 shares in a 1 minute chart. So it really gives us the liquidity to do that strike and recoil. So this is what hit the scanner on these. And then we go a little bit deeper and you have others here. This one is coded to be between $25 and $400. ATR above $3, which is the average true range of a stock over a 14-day period. Wild's mathematical formula smoothed out. And then a 10K or more per 1 minute candle. So this really expands what's going to come up because it's only 10K per 1 minute. But then we also want to make sure it's moving about 15 or 10 to 15 cents within 10 to 15 seconds. How do we do that? Again, giving the liquidity for the strike and recoil. You just look over here at a price and you just count in your mind, and you try to make sure that's moving 10 to 15 cents. Obviously, we're pre-market right now. This stock just had a big move up on news, and normally we don't trade catalyst stocks, but it might help us pick a bias. Right now it's retracing, and of course the whole market's going down really, really fast. So I have this here just to see if it affords opportunities. Now, if you're used to coming on here, you're seeing lines you don't normally see on here, because I have a brand new script I've just done, and basically I have my NASA hat on in tribute to the person that's trading with us on Zoom here today, which is in a prop firm, and he does very, very well, and also works with NASA. And we've been going over this new indicator this morning based on a lot of the ways that prop firm traders will trade the compression or expansion of the pre-market compression of the price or expanding of the price to determine which way to go for the first hour of the market opening on a stock. So basically, if you got day trading volume 4, or you're used to looking at breakouts, day trading volume 4, the first of the 4 breakouts that it talks about, I believe, is 7:30 to 9:15. The 30-minute candle, which is the second breakout that it talks about, pre-market candle, is often very, very close to the range of the 7:30 to 9:15 a.m. breakout. So what this new indicator is doing right now, it's waiting for the market to open. Not only is it going to give us some new levels to look at, but it's also going to talk about the bias. Now, you guys always say, how do we get the bias? And I'm going to read it here in a minute. And one of the ways we get the bias is what this indicator is going to show you. Okay? So what I was doing, because they feel, at least one prop firm feels that wants to buy it, is that it would really help their beginner traders from trying to calculate it. It's just going to tell them first hour, it's already expanded. So now it looks like it's going to go down, that kind of thing. So what does that really mean? Let's find a stock that's more normal. Apple. We'll go a little deeper here for you guys. So this is showing you what the new indicators are going to have, right? I have no idea why that's way up there. But right now, this doesn't matter, because this is a pre-market indicator, and it's like it's staying where Marvel was or something. But as soon as the market opens, it's going to show with this sort of tan orange line it's showing the low correctly. What is the high and what is the low of the pre-market. Now, this is going to be wacky today because of how volatile and everything's going straight down. Right now it should probably crank up, like right here is where it's going to show this level, and then wherever the bottom is by the time they get there. So what the indicator is going to do to pick the bias is it's going to pick it where it is, like the second before the market opens, a tenth of a second. It's going to judge where it is in relation to the ATR, the average true range. And it's going to take that, a couple of things. It's going to take the midpoint. I'm getting a little complicated. It's going to take the midpoint of the pre-market level, and at the same time calc in how close it is to the ATR, and then it's going to pick a bias based on that. And it might say neutral, or it might say, it's compressed, and that would be green, or it might say expanded, which would be a red label, and meaning that it's already gone up so close to the ATR high, for instance, don't expect it to keep going. So this is extremely accurate, and there's two different ones that are going to come on. I mean, like always, you cannot, and nothing's guaranteed. Okay, it would be so wonderful if I could do that, guys. But it's extremely accurate. I'm going to make my picture a little smaller. It's extremely accurate, and actually, let me check the. Oh, wow. Is it that slow? Let me do that again. That's really slow. Yeah, okay, it's about 4 to 5 second lag. So what this is gonna, this extremely accurate new indicator is going to show it on the screen. It does not take into account like 9 other factors that we do to pick biased, but we were comparing it and it's like 90% the same answer. So it's pretty accurate without me having to read it to you if you end up getting this indicator. What else it's done is, and this is a kind of a busy chart, but it's now got 3 different ATR levels. And here's what the data shows. Now, you know we trade the RV level a lot, which is half the ATR level. And you can check with ChatGPT or whoever else trades. It hits that level and respects it at an extremely high percentage, much higher than the overall ATR level, which is less likely that it would reach the overall average true range. Especially, remember, we're intraday trading too, but the overall level is a good range to say, look, you're definitely trending if you broke that. But it most often hits the half level and almost just as often hits the quarter level. There's no reason to put the 3/4 level because it hits that almost as rare as it does the full level. Probably more info than you need, but we tried everything and back tested everything. And of course, this isn't new news. It's, you don't really have to newly back test it because professional traders already know these things. So a lot of people will trade on the quarter level or the half level, meaning they respect those levels. So in order to get the bias correctly, I needed to put at least these 3 levels in because it does react to where, right when the market opens, where the price is compared to the ATR. It is going to help pick the biased for the short term. So I'm going to have the first hour biased is going to come. I have not tested this. We're going to see if it works. It should work. I need an open market to test it. As far as I just writing the script and just finishing it with my friend here, that I want to make sure it works. Like right now, I hate it when labels come up black. This is part of the market pulse. And if you can see down here, this little black spot across these, that is the older version on the 5-minute chart. And if the newer version right here, it says day biased waiting for open, first hour waiting for open. So it shouldn't be black. This should have been waiting for open down here is what should have been said, or it should have been gray or no biased or something. I forget what I wrote on what the label was printed on the label, but this is what it should read and will read when it's done. These all have the quarter levels in them. Let me just make sure. Let's open this up a little closer here. Now I did mark this out a little bit. I did not put the fibs. Often the fibs will be right at these levels, and it just seemed confusing now that we have the quarter level too. So if you were trading, if we weren't trading such a tight scalp and recoil, and we were trading the RV strategy, I would absolutely have the fib levels in on the 10-day 5-minute chart for sure, and then maybe the 10-day 2-minute chart. I mean, 2-day 10-minute chart. Got that reversed. Look at how it's resting on the ATR right here now. So that is the half ATR right there. That is the quarter. That's the half low. That's the quarter low. That's the quarter high and the half high, and then the full ATR high and low. Wow, a lot of lines, right? Not really when you're trading. You're going to be very, very happy to see these. And what often happens is if a stock is consolidating, it's not expanding. It's not really compressed. It's just steady as she goes, right? We're not waiting for a big drawback from an expansion or a big blowout from a compressed, right? It's just moving along. When it goes steady as it goes, you will see it's often right in between your ATR quarter and half. That's where it will be, and that will be our channel. So having these marked is important. Now, typically, If you'll see me, I usually just pick them up by using historical data from on a 5-minute chart from just a few days back, or 2 to 10 days back, and they typically were at the same thing. So I didn't have a script to set them up. I didn't want to calc the quarter for you guys every morning, so I just picked it up on historical data. But I'm happy that we have it accurately now based on the previous day's close. These are how these are all marked. And I will make this available. And if you want to get it free, stay tuned that you're watching me in the mornings, and I'm going to show you a way to get it free for a very short period of time. And then it's going to be out in the wind, and people are going to be making money off of it. But we'll get to see how it works today, which will be interesting. And it's up to you guys to, let me know what you think about it after watching it in action. I hope it's going to work. If it doesn't work, then I'll just take it off the chart. But I think it's going to work. The other one I have up here, of course, that's the average per 1 minute chart of this stock, 127,000 average for a day, right? That's a day, 1 day, not 10 days, right? And then I have the risk oscillator here that's going to give us our range and when to get out. It also helps with the spread. But then you're going to see a bias pop up, which will be helping us for the first hour, particularly if we want to try to trade that. I'm very curious to see how accurate it is at the open, like the very first 1 to 5 minutes. If it calls a bias long or short, will it actually go that way? Very, very curious to see, and we'll be able to look and compare. It should. That's what should happen. Now, with anything, this is a very long script that's typed in. With anything, there's little bugs, and really, I've been working on this for a couple of days, but not long enough to put it out there like we're doing. It's certainly not out for sale yet, so you guys, if you're going to get the free one, you want to get the right one too. So we'll see what happens. I'm excited about it. I love creating a new script, and I love to see how it might help people, really, really help people in the market. So let's talk about what happened today on the news. Jobs report sent things down. So now it looks like we will have the Fed reacting, which is soon. It's only like 11 days from now. The Fed wasn't going to do anything, but I think they might cut interest rates. So here's my take on things. And remember, I'm not licensed, so you speak to somebody that is. Do your own due diligence. That being said, my take on this is the price of these tech stocks is frigging amazing right now. If you can drop 5 shares in, 10 shares in, whatever you can afford to hold for a swing, you don't want to miss it. At any moment, it could be later this afternoon. If the wind gets out that somebody says, oh, the Fed's going to cut, 50 basis points or something, or something about the war changes or whatever. Hey, remember on NVIDIA, they have a new chip now. A new chip is being released next month. So these prices are not going to stay here for NVIDIA, which is then going to raise MU and AMD, and everything is just going to skyrocket. Obviously, the war is bad news. The end of anyone's life is tragic and terrible. And you can see that it is affecting because of the fuel prices and stuff. And I'm just not telling you stuff you probably don't already know and hear every place else. So, there's a little bit of fear, and the easiest place where people pocket their money is the tech stocks. They take it out of those first. And then there's, that sends the market down, and everybody's hoarding cash. But the people that make the big money, right, they're doubling down on the low prices of check it out, do your own research. But I'm telling you, time after time, these come right back. So again, and higher, even higher, because they're lower. Remember, NVIDIA was in the $215 or $16. It's an amazing price for NVIDIA. AMD right now, 194. 200's like it's mean low. It shouldn't be below 200. 194. How far is that going to go down today to get a better and better deal? Apple should be staying at 260 at its low right now. It's at 257. Palantir. Actually, Palantir's not telling me what it's doing today. Let's take a quick look at that. Is that from the open, I mean? But it is at 149. I just can't remember what it normally is But I know everything's just going down, but anyway, my advice is, which I can't legally give to you, my idea that I'm going to do, I have to be so careful how I parse my words, is that I am doubling down big time in tech swings. I already hold MU and it's killing me right now, but I'm going to actually add into that. I'm going to add into NVIDIA, which I also own. And now, right now, if I added into it, I think my position's at 187, and I was trying to get out at 197. So I can get that down. If I bought it today, it hit 177, I get it down to 182. Oh my God, that's an amazing price. So you might have to wait a week. You might have to wait a month, but it's going to come up. So if you can afford to do it, these are where the big boys make their money, you know. And this is where the institutions are telling you, hey, they're not even telling you, they just invest your money for you, obviously. It depends on how involved you are, but they're going to be taking these trades. This is, the market's going to go back up. It's going to go back up, guys. It's just a blip, and that's no statement on the cost of a human life or anything like that, so don't send me a nasty email. I'm just talking business here and how people generally react, because the market is people. How do people generally react in America? Really, mostly for these, but really worldwide, it's coming down a bit. But I'm talking about the New York Stock Exchange, obviously. So what will we look at today at the open? I am interested in Marvel. Is that actually how you say that name? I'm confused now. Is that how you say that name? Because that sounds like the movie companies. I'm just wondering if I'm ignorant about this stock. I don't normally trade this stock, so let me see. Marvel Technology. Okay. That's it. It's not the same. Some of you guys are screaming at me because you know the difference. I'm sorry, I don't. Stay in my little world of stocks. So this one could be interesting at the open. Oh yeah, so let's I was in the middle of the news, I'm sorry. Yeah, so let's read the bias. So again, you've got NVIDIA announcing a new chip next month. You've got most likely now interest rates going to go down. You've got most likely the war coming to an end, or some sort of a reasonable control factor of the war. And maybe they'll come to the negotiating table, even though they didn't start it, and say, let's stop it. That would all be things that are very possible. The big movers this morning were Palantir, EOG, Coinbase, SMCI, and Carnival Cruise Lines. Now, these are, large caps I'm talking about. There's other big movers. And everything went down after this. I was getting this news report, because right after the jobs report, everything went down. So, yeah, I need to get the bias adjusted, guys. I need to get the bias adjusted for after the job report on the same stocks we just read, because I think this information's inaccurate. So, can you kind of compile that for me real quick? Okay. So let them work on that a minute, and I'm sure they're going to use ChatGPT a lot too, and then add the other things we look at, which probably won't change anything. I think everything's going to be short. So let me just give them a minute. No, okay, you already have it. Okay, so let's read it. Just like I thought. SPY short, QQQ short, IMW short. The only large cap out of all these, NVIDIA, Apple, Tesla, Palantir, AMD, MU, Avgo, TSM, Amazon, Netflix, Google, Baba. The only one on there that says long is Palantir. And I have it right here. Let's get a look at it. This is on the 5-minute chart. I marked some levels. So that's the ATR half, and the yellow made it yellow is because it's using it's also marking the pre-market low as of right now, which is ever changing. So So this could go right back up, because this is it's good news for the war is good news for this stock. So, and then others, all these are short. Hood, Coin, SMCI, NVO, CRCL, TDD, CRWV, Intel, and CCL. So short. You don't need to be a genius to figure out the market's going down. So we're looking for a stopping point and then some consolidation so we can trade this strike and recoil strategy as we do every morning. It doesn't matter what's going on in the news. It just doesn't matter. It helps us with the bias. I'm talking about for trading the strategy. It does matter in the world of life. But it's interesting how people will cherry pick my statements and then comment. So if you just came on, I got a new script. We're going to watch it in effect regarding bias for the market. It's going to have the first hour bias, and then the overall bias is going to come up on these labels. I've added an ATR level, so we have the quarter, half, and full. And it uses it's going to calc it by the midpoint of the pre-market and how close it is to the ATR right before the open. It does a little math in there, gets us a mean average, and then picks the bias from us working together. And my friend that works at NASA, as well as had started a prop firm trade brokerage long ago. Knows what he's doing, and we worked on this together, and we talked about what prop firms look like because they're the ones that buy most of the scripts that I develop. And again, I'm just going to briefly put in what we're talking about. So you're going to see like a compression label, an expansion label, and then a resting or normal. I can't remember what I wrote. Basically means if it's way up near the ATR at the open, it's already expanded. So most likely that'll be the red label that says it's probably going to go down. Now, today's a bad day to test this because everything's going straight down. And then if it's gone way down, depending on what ATR it breaks, quarter, half, or full, then it would signal that you want to go back up because it's overexpanded. Is that right? Well, I'm sorry. It worked the same way. If it's in the middle is what we're looking for. But one way or the other, it's going to call it expanded if it's up to the ATR. And if it's in the middle and it's compressing, then that's more like it's going to go up a certain direction. So let's see. I didn't explain that very well. I'll get into it more when the indicator is available. And for those of you that came in late, there will be an opportunity, assuming this works correctly, to get this for free at a very short window. So make sure you stay tuned to the videos. Otherwise, you can just get it at the $1 Million Margin Club. And so I'm looking at this maybe at the open in 6 minutes, 10 seconds. My clock is off again, the big clock. That's why you don't see it. It's this guy that has the software, and the clock keeps not working. I'll turn it on so you can see. I'm pretty sure it's off by a few seconds. It says 9:24:02. Yeah, it's like 4 seconds off, right? 3 to 4 seconds. So that's just going to throw you, so I'm not going to put it up there. It's just a software somebody sells called H2R Graphics. It's got other cool stuff because you can do ticker lines and stuff like that. It's cool. I got it to do all that, but after you play a couple of tickers with a bunch of facts, you don't want to keep playing them every single day. So I have ordered a new microphone that's going to clip to me. So when I move away from the mic, it'll be better. But until that gets put in, and it's cordless, and I hope it works properly because I'm a little worried to have to test it. I'm not a big fan of cordless stuff. But, especially when you think you can't have things fail. Like if you're trading for money, cordless things are a bad idea. Sound, not that big a deal, but. So we're way still, even though it's retraced here, we're way beyond your ATR levels here. So you can see they're down here. because of how fast it went up from yesterday's. They're all based on yesterday's. The other things you'll see fill in here are the whole and half dollar levels and the ATR pre-market high and low. I'm not the the pre-market high and low, which will be taking it on the pre-market. Well, it'll mark it. That helps us get the bias as well. Now those levels will be marked, and you'll see that they're very well respected a lot too. The pre-market high and low levels, especially on a consolidating stock, right? We're trading consolidating stocks. That's what we want to trade. If you're trading something that's a breakout, then those things, they tell you about the breakout, and then they're useless after that. I mean, it might retest them, you know. So let's show how we're doing real quick before the market opens. Where is that little page I click? Here it is. Okay, ended up with 200 yesterday, 201. Actually, it's even higher than that because I made another couple trades after I updated this. So for getting our mortgage this month, we're already $722. So if we can get that closer to, $850, $900 today, and then that's going to definitely make far more than the $2,200 if we can average that every week. Our worst day was $88. And that was our worst day. So the 250, I'm almost positive. 350, I have no idea that first day why it doesn't say 350, but I'm just going to go with it. I have a lot of trouble with TradingView getting the correct data. I keep reloading it, because I thought maybe I did that money before I made more money after I loaded it up, but it didn't change. So whatever, we'll just keep it. These are what the account's saying, so we'll keep these numbers. All right, so we're on our way. I hope everybody is doing good there. I don't know what else to trade at the, to tell you the truth, well, obviously you shouldn't be trading at the open. I am really worried about anything right now because it should all be going down, but is it at the bottom? Is it? I need more than a minute to assess, right? So it's really a gamble to trade anything. See, Apple's going down. This one's going back up. What's Palantir supposed to be going up? Let's see what happens. Yeah, it's starting to go back up. You know what? I'm going to switch to Palantir. I think I'm more inclined to trade that because I think I can rely on that better than this one. So I think. So I'm going to look for a dip and go long on this. That's my thought. I'm going to go 50 shares. And we're opening in this is just me. You shouldn't trade the open, guys, unless you can afford the risk to do it, which is a huge risk. This is the biggest gamble, obviously. Before we have data, this is more like gambling, for sure. And I used to be a professional gambler. So does that explain a lot about me? Probably. You know why I stopped? I couldn't stand all the smoking in the casinos. Because they've got better about that now. I'm older, where that was, you could just smoke everywhere in there when I gambled. Did quite well, though. Did quite well. So this is like that. This reminds me of that feeling because you really just, we got 1 minute now. It's why you shouldn't do it. Because we don't gamble. We trade based on probability and outcomes that we see. We use historical data, and then the indicators compute it for us so that we don't have to every second think of what that crossover is, what the EMA, RSI, where's that level that it respected before. Patterns repeat. They're called patterns. History repeats is the right word, I should say. And they create a pattern. And it's all we really got to predict price action. That's it. That's all we got, guys. No matter what anybody tells. The fundamentals for short-term scalping, the fundamentals of a stock do very, very little for you. So this is about to get very crowded because all the whole and half dollars are going to come up. And then if this works correctly, the pre-market, there they came up. Okay. Did they come up? Wow, it didn't dip, did it? It didn't dip for me. I didn't see the pre-market come up, so this is not. It looks like it's not working properly. Well, it'll need some tweaking. And it did pick a bias, though. First hour up, then overall bias down. So it is picking this correctly. How many dollars that went up if I had just jumped on that? Jeez. I'm looking for a retracement. I'm looking for a dip here. So what's our dip? Could be here. There's the quarter level. 52.38. 52, I guess. If we see 152, 105 there, I'll try it. I got it. At 28, that's terrible, Phil. I mean, that's terrible. I went bid, but it must have moved as I pushed the button. So could retrace and just start going down. This is why it's dangerous to do this. Kind of don't want to dig out of a big hole today. We're having a good month so far, very consistent. These are the ones that kill me. And sometimes they do okay. Wow, just really stopping at that level, huh? Yeah, I was trying to get it at 52 even, so I'm 28 cents off where I thought I clicked it, which is, I think it was at 52.04. I thought I was hitting the bid, and I don't know if it was the software that delayed it or it just moved before I pressed that button. That's why hotkey trading can be a little quicker. So we're riding this out for the next big move up, right? First hour momentum should be going up. Let's see. I would probably add to this in anticipation of that, and that's where I could get really hurt. So I'm struggling with myself. Do I just want to take a hit if it goes way down, or do I want to ride it for the bigger move up? You know. Well, now we're making money. Well, we were for a second. I'm not going to get too greedy here if it gives me like a double digit. Just going to get out and then reassess what's happening here. Not happy with it just going. I don't think it's just going to go straight up. I guess that's what I'm saying. So let's see. And if it does, we can trade it long biased with the regular strategy. But I would like to get like a, $12 or $20 or $30 trade here. Boy, it's almost consolidating already, huh? Wow, Marvel went up. That would have been better over there, huh? Look at it go. We want to get over there. I mean, we're not momentum traders, right? But we play the biased early on and try to get something. Oh, I just got to get out of the stock. It's just toying with me here. Okay. Any kind of green, I'm out. Give me another green opportunity here. Anything green, I'm just going to take it and move away from here. I don't want to wait out a big move here. This is good that it's consolidating, honestly. I just got a high position. Yeah, this is what I was afraid of. Now it's right on the VWAP. This is where most of your capital is, right at that level, which is the 45 cents. Almost $1 down from me. I'm getting ready to get out with a loss because it looks like it's going to drop to me, and that's looking at the market maker here. I want to see that drop below 45 cents there. 151.45, which is the VWAP basically. You're going to give me another chance up here? I don't think I'll sell the ask either. I think I'll just get out so I don't get stuck in here. Wow, that's the third red candle. Not good. Marvel is now turning around, so I lost my opportunity over there. And everything seems to be fading here. I'm just going to get out. That's too bad. I had a chance to get a little bit of green there. It just looks like it's going to break the VWAP. Watch it burn straight up. Okay, so what we should do is wait to see if we have any kind of consolidation here. I've got to make up $35 toward our 120, 150 goal today. Yeah, you keep there. It went. Yeah, so I got good to get out because it would have hurt me more here, unless I was waiting for a longer trade. I mean, it could easily retrace. Obviously, I don't like the look of it because the whole market is short biased. So let's look at some of the bigger stocks. So Nvidia is actually up $1. Weird. Apple's down $4. Tesla's down 3. AMD is up 1. See how the chip ones are going back up. Palantir is up $1 from the open. MACD sending it down, as you can see. That's what that white arrow is. So there it goes. I'm glad I got out of that one. MU's even. The SPY is down $2 from the open. It already went so far down. And the QQQ is down $1. So I think we opened like 700 or 800 points down or something. So yeah, again, very emotional news that I wouldn't be that concerned about typically, but let's take a look at Apple. You play this. I don't know how short bias we want to do this. This is an amazing price for this stock. I'd kind of like to look for some support here and then go more long biased. All right, so I've got to see, is it, oh, so that does look like that's a pre-market level. Oh, yeah, because they start right when the market opens. That's why I didn't see it. So that should technically be the pre-market low if this is working correctly. Let me take a look at that. Let's draw a line there and just check it out. So we're basically right here. Oops, I've got to expand that. And auto zoom. Oh, well, that really got it. That's a real mess. Oh, is that the pre-market high that I marked? No. So I marked this level. Yeah, that is the pre-market low, indeed. So then the pre-market high should be up in here somewhere. Do we see it? Should be like right here, right? So right at the 50-cent area right there. 59.50. It's not marking it, guys. I don't see it. I think we have to do some corrections to the script. It does have the quarter ATR low. No. Is that red line the pre-market high? No. I don't know what's going on with this thing. I gotta fix it. It's not ready. Not ready for consumer consumption. I'll fix it. I think the bias should be working correctly based on the mid area of the I'm just seeing if he went over to go work on it already. So I've got a bunch of people on Zoom. No, he's trading. He's trading. All right. So back to what we're doing. Strike and recoil. Did Apple just find its bottom? Is there new news coming out? Let me get Benzinga for some reason logged me out. I don't know why. I'm reading the news now here, so I've got the news for Apple here, but I was just looking for on the, so I detached the news here, so you have it here for Apple, but so wherever I go, it'll go with me, linked to the page. I'm reading the general news on SPY right now. Yeah, it's just not going to give us anything. All right, dare we start trading Apple long? All right, they stopped dead there. Palantir's heading back up, so I would have, if I held that trade, I would have made money. It's just the way the market is right now, I don't know what's going on. This is a definite low, though. I mean, this is low for this stock. I don't know if this is the definite low, but this is very, very low, this price. What do we have for price action here? Wow, it's barely moving. There's 5. Okay, there was 7 cents there. It stopped dead right down here. We're like the 254.50 area. It's up $1 from that. It's stalling at the 50 cents here. What's our spread on this? 7-10 cents. Okay. I'm gonna go for that, guys. So I went ahead and went in. I got it at 42. And it dropped down right away as soon as I picked it up. Because it knew. It knew. I just did market, you know. Wow, it is really, it's quite a spread here. So it didn't pick me up. See, that's why I wanted to do that. That time it got me. So I got $23 on Apple. Almost dug out of the hole. Again, I'd like a little bit more data. I was looking at the MACD. It does seem like it's swelling back up. It was right at the 9. Remember, we want the we don't mind if they cross over, but we want them to stay steady. It's making its way back up toward the VWAP here. And it's going back to that 50 cents again. This time, if I jump in, I'm going to buy the bid so I don't get such a bad... I mean, it might not pick me up, so we'll see. Well, I think that was the dip. Get another dip toward the 50 cent. I'll try it. 53, 52. I'm about 1/4 of my position on this, in this account that I have left for margin since I'm holding MU in a swing. So I would add, in other words, is what I'm saying. I'm thinking that it's going to grind here. It's Apple after all. And I have a little tiny cushion, so. My first goal will be to get me green for the day. On the other stock is 30 something, right? So we want this to be in the 30s over here. Oh, it's going to hurt me. Now that is the RSI saying you oversold. Short term. Buy sell oscillator, that's called. I better start looking at this in here long enough now to start assessing the Scalp Pro. Yeah, sellers dropped way down there. Want a higher volume candle with buyers leading the charge. That's what we want. Because the volume was dropping as it sold, and they didn't even make the top. Oh, it's still back up here. I can see it. I don't think I would add to this unless it was at 255 even, which would be $50 down. And this could just keep going down because of the news, so we got to be careful. It did have a little bit of support in that area, very little, but there was a little support in that area. Yeah, trade's taken way longer than I wanted, not exactly a recoil anymore. Ouch, ouchie. Come on, guys, wake up. Oh, okay. Big chance. Went for it. 200 shares. I went for a recoil here. I don't picture Apple just diving even if it goes down. I think my point of no return would be in this area here, which would be a good chunk of money to recover from. And I think I'm just going to go short biased if that happens for whatever I'm trading. Looked like this was going to make a move back up, but now the market is saying no. Yeah, SPY's down $3. How much do I want to get hurt here? None, really. Come on, give me a recoil up there. I'm at 15 cents now, so I'm very close to my position on the ask. Big move. Let's do a big move up. It has to recover here, guys, or I should just get out of this trade. This candle needs to recover for me. There she goes. Come on, baby. Get up there so I can get out on market. Give me a double digit on the way up, and I'll just take it. All right. So that was just a few bucks. Probably was going to make me a bunch more, but again, I felt lucky because I did not expect this to happen. So, yeah, there it goes. So, I got out too soon. No, it's not exactly screaming up there, is it? So this stock is moving again. I got to get over and get a look at this on a 1-minute chart. And we have a bias of it, so that should be long, right? Well, first hour exhaustion. So yeah, it's actually saying it's going to come back down for the first hour, and we are only 19 minutes into the first hour. How fast is this moving? About 12 cents. What's our spread? Okay, so the spread's tight to get into this, to just go in market. I'll go ahead and give it a shot there. 20. That's not what I wanted. Yeah, market might not be the best way. My position was like 15 cents worse than I thought, so I just got out. Yeah. So as you can see, this gravestone is a pattern that says it's going to go back down, like a reversal. So most of the trading was right here, not way up here. So this level is 18. So we can get a dip down here would be good. Okay, I'm going to go for it. A dip on the downswing. I got it. I got pretty much the position I wanted. We want a recoil now. There was $10. There we go. There we go. Wow. Come on, Thinkorswim. Seriously? There was more. I was only trading 100 shares. Why did it take that long to fill me? Shenanigans. And that's just what we can see, which is about 40% of this. So that means that they're playing with their little, what they get, their little algorithm. Okay. So we're in the money again. What was Apple? Apple was yellow. Apple was 29. Okay, so we're, oops, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. So we know we're green for the day at least, since we lost with Palantir, was it? Yeah. How much did we lose with Palantir? I can't remember. $30 or something? 35. Look at it go up now, huh? That might be the better one to trade than this one, honestly. So this is basically making a little flat top, short term right now. We'll put a smoothing level there to see if it's going to respect that at all. It's going between like a 29 cent to 35 cent kind of ceiling and floor, but this could signify that it is done going up for a while. So you look at it, you look at as much data as you can, you try to find something if you're wrong, that it's constantly recovering, you know, the other direction, so you can be wrong and then still make money. Again, the longer the market stays open, the more data we get to help make these decisions. That's a pre-market level right there. I already had a recoil there if I'd picked that up. Wow. I was afraid. I think I'll buy the bid again if it dips. So that's it. All the way down to 41. We're pretty far off that level right now. I don't really like the price action of this. I mean, it is starting to consolidate. The other thing about it is I just don't normally trade this stock, so I don't have as much confidence in what I'm reading here. Buy, sell, oscillator. So it should technically go down off that level. Looking at the ask. I'm looking at the ask. I was looking for it to bang above in the 30 cents, a little bit above the 30, and I missed it. So I think we should go for a dip here, if we get a dip here, because I think it wants to break out here. It's trying to break this ceiling. We're coming to a new 5-minute candle. Here's what it looks like: 5, 15, 30, 1 hour, 4 hour. Everything's green. Everything's green on the SPY and the QQQ now. They're going back up. Oh, missed it. Okay, so that was we didn't get enough of a dip to get into that, I don't think, but it's at the price I wanted to enter originally. I mean, I wanted to go short originally now. So now that it's broken that level, I'm not real anxious to go short. Will it use it for support? I mean, that's just a level I made up based on the smoothing flat top, so I don't know how much I want to respect it yet. I'll try to get in down there. Got it at 18, hoping for a recoil back up. Not as low as I wanted it, but I just wanted to get in the trade. Looking to add to my position. Let me take another smoothing level here. Right, sort of like right. That's just a smoothing level on the $0.75. So a temporary floor, maybe, or not. Oh, there it goes. Okay. Now we go down toward the pre-market level and try to. I will add again here. Put myself in trouble. Didn't go low enough for me to add. That would be, what's the price? God, that's only like, I'm only like a quarter of my position. This is a really cheap stock. I could easily go 400, probably 800 shares on this one, huh? No, not 800, but. Okay. Let's not get cocky. Hope everybody's done good this week. We got a good week going for this strategy. We're waiting for this to reveal itself here and go. Let's go back up. Come on, you want to go back up. That was a nice little doji rickshaw man, almost an abandoned baby here, which if this forms here could send it right back to a new high based on patterns only. Oh, this isn't working now again. There we go. Okay. Ballinger came way back down. Huh? I'm looking at the scanners to see the other prices up there. Wow, it stopped at the 88 and turned around. I don't like to see that. Hit that hard and just turned around. Boom. You got it. Is that a tweezer move? No, not a full tweezer here. Q and the SPY started going back down again. I'm going to go for it and see if it picks me up. Didn't take too long canceling. Trying again, assessing to see if it's really going to break that pre-market level. I'm going to go for it. All right, I'm in it now. So I'm at 79 now, which is right here. We want to see that retrace up there. We don't really want to see it break 87 here. I'll be hurting with 200 shares. Be hard to recover with this the way we're trading. So it's always an element of risk with these things, obviously. I feel I put myself in a way better position at 79. It's getting closer. It's swaling up, not down, so that is a big red candle on the 5-minute, guys. Don't like seeing that. Again, it's holding right at a pre-market level. Did it again with a big rickshaw man. There we go. Almost a second move of exactly the same pattern. Come on. I thought it was gonna break out. Now if it hits the 88, I'll make money on it. So That's where it turned around before. Oh my God. Would you stop scaring me with that stuff? I had a profit briefly and I didn't take it. Really looked like it was about to make a big move there. Instead, it's making a big move the other way, so not good. You see the RSI sent it around. We broke both the 9 and the 20. Look at it. Look at it staying at this pre-market level. Just really respecting it. One of the reasons these are going to, with this new indicator, these will be marked now, so you don't have to draw them. I got to tweak it so it's working right, but the daily bias is neutral. The first hour it says we should be going down. Come on, let's get up there. How greedy do I want to get? I kind of just want to get green. It's not reacting as it should. Little tiny profits there, and then suddenly big red bumps. There. I'm looking over at the ask down here, not the market maker. Got to get above 79 cents just to break me even. And I've been waiting in this trade to actually make money, so there's a good move. That's a good move because it broke that level. Come on. Ugh. It's time that the trading gods and I have a serious discussion. I've been a good boy. I'm not on the trading naughty list. Actually, I probably am. They hate scalpers. Who's they? I don't know. That's what I was waiting for. It only got me 13 bucks. Okay, I just wanted to get out because I don't trust it. So, and there it goes. And you'll see people often hold the losers too long and get out of the winners because there's, you can hear it in your head. Just not used to the stock, not loving trading it. I'm going to take a look at Apple. I mean, we're doing okay now, so let's take a look at Apple. But I think I left money on the table there. How many times did it say, you have $5, you're minus 30, but now you have $8, now you're minus 50. It's like, geez, I don't want to play your ranking game. I didn't have any good data, guys, to go on that stock. I hope you guys did okay on it if you traded it, or you still are doing okay. Maybe you're holding it, making more money than me. Yeah, it's still going up, so if you're holding it, you're making money. All right, do we have anything we can do with Apple, which is more of a tried and true? Oh, let's get this down to 100 shares. Let me look across the board. Okay, so NVIDIA's up a couple bucks. I was kind of hoping that would go lower so I could add to my position. Yeah, MU2, it's up $7. Can't trade that. I have a position on it. AMD's up $2. So it's already like the panic seems to have been, worked into the market. So that's good news for Apple to go up. It's still down $2, but everything else is going up, including the Q and the SPY. So I think we want to dip here. There's a dip at, this is 56 even. I'm going to take it. My confidence is high that this isn't even going to go down here. It's going to go right back up. Okay, let's see. It's already giving me a trade there. I wasn't even watching. Now I gotta wait it out. Okay, let's see here. Gotta get a look at this. Look at how flat and steady that is. That's Apple for you. MACD sending it down. I would add at that level right there, where it had a little bit of support. We just crossed the new 5 minutes. We want to see this turn green. Everything's red now, but the market is not. Well, now it's turning around, but is Apple going against what the market's doing? Tried to get a small trade there. Looks like it's going to swale up here. Boom, at that level. See, my sell positions are resistance. We have a couple of newcomers on Zoom, not the regular crowd. One of my friends that works for NASA also used to be in a prop firm. And we yucked it up already today. Still didn't quite make a tweezer move there. I did have 3 black crows here. Let's see if this, the 1 minute patterns, of course, aren't as reliable as the 5 minute patterns. You can find the rating of on the candlestick pattern playbook has the rating of these. It's the only book that does that. I have a link to it if you want to get into patterns. It's a good idea just to add to your, I'll use an old-fashioned word, your ballywick. All right, so we're doing okay. I haven't looked at Tesla yet, which is a lot of my fail-safe. It's grinding about $1 below its open. Yeah, some people would call this an untradeable day for scalping. This strategy works perfect no matter what the day is. Picking a biased, of course, makes it easier if you get stuck. All right, I'll do it. Again, very short term, smooth level. It's not even an official tweezer move. Let me take a look at this 5 minute and just see what I see. Yeah, I don't like this. I don't like that level. And that's not much better. Let me put this. Let me put it on the 5 minute resistance, which is right there. So it broke the 5 minute resistance. This didn't get respected, so we're going to get rid of that. We're coming to a new 5 minute. They're seeing it going down, so that would imply that we should go short. Our range is much higher short than long. Apple just wants to go down today, it seems. It's $3 below its open. Man, I hate to say it, but NVIDIA looks like the one to go to again. It has that grinding action, but it's steady. It's been staying very steady within $1 or $2. And AMD is now up. Yeah, I can't trust Apple right now, so I'm going to move on, guys. I'm going to AMD before I go to NVIDIA. Often this will give us bigger opportunities. Okay. How much time do I lose? Always adjusting the charts. All right, I'm going to try to get a beat on this. Looks like 198 was a stop for this. It's got a bunch of support down here at 196. So you've got a pretty big, you really had a great channel here earlier where it was like 197 to 196. And then it channel hopped up here, a couple of channels. So will it hold the VWAP? I would be inclined to go on this VWAP level, which is really the 3/4, 196.3. Oh, we're making another little pattern here. Let's see. Yeah, otherwise, nope, I'm not going to get in that. But I might go short up here. What do we got up here? 98.33. So above 98 for sure would be an interesting short to take. 198. And then we can play it short biased, even though it's up, but I'd be more inclined to go short biased right now. But the whole market's saying up again on the 5-minute. $2 down on the SPY. QQQ is even now, within pennies of its open. And this is so cheap for this stock that going short is risky. Starting to see if it makes a higher high here too. It's another risky. So I kind of like it to be up here to retrace this short, maybe 198.50 rather than 198. So I'm going to hold. I'm going to hold off here. See if I can get a spike and then catch a quick recoil. Looking for a spike up to like the 98.50 area, then try to catch a very fast recoil. Strike, spike. A push, they call it in official terms, I think it's called. Pushes. MACD sending it up. But it's weakening, so this is what we're looking for our 9 and our 20, just a constant love making. Just mingling, commingling. We don't like it to be expanding apart from each other with this strategy. Wow, this is barely moving what I needed to move here. Got a busy day today. Gym's closed for the second day in a row. Really annoying. They're getting all new equipment. That's what I hear. See if we can end our week closer to 1,000. But I don't want to set unrealistic goals here. Okay, so we're getting very close to where I want to get a quick recoil. The ask is, there we go. I'm going to try to get that. Did it pick me up? Oh, it didn't pick me up. I already had it. I already had the recoil. It didn't pick me up. Annoying. I might catch it down here on a bounce though, a 98. I'm going to try to get that. Pick me up? Nope. So it's telling me that I need to go market, which is annoying. I got the volume just spiked. All right, let me see here. Things just got interesting here. More fun to trade. That went down about $1.50 from the last time it topped out. I can see why my mic has inconsistencies because I sit up, move it, go back. It's a long time to be in one position. I think that mic attached to me will be better. Okay, there's a rickshaw man. Should send this back down. Let me try to grab it at the 198. See if it does what it's supposed to do here, and I'll try to get it on market this time for a recoil up. No, it's breaking the 50. I'm going to get that. What did I get it at? 57? Not real good. Not what I was looking for. Saw 62. It's not terrible, but we're looking for the recoil down. The longer it takes, the more worried I get. See, we're past the initial recoil. I mean, I know this is a great price for this stock, so I worry, even though the market's going down, I just worry about trading this short. It's hurting me. $99 I would add. It's just steadily going up. Not a good sign. I might take a hit here for a lesser loss just to reassess. $2. I took that. I took the win. And then, of course, it goes way down. All right, so I'm going to look to buy down here if it goes to 198. I'm playing this long, and I was in a short position, so I wanted to get out. The market says short, but this stock should be going up, and it's showing signs that it's going up. It's making higher highs. And, you know, I don't know, the 5 minutes red now, but it wasn't a second ago. So if it pulls back, I wish it would pull back to 198. That would be a great trade, I think. How high were we? 90. So that was all the way down to the 30 cent there. That was already an opportunity. Just trying to play it safer, guys, and wait for a bigger dip. Missing trades. Wow, it just stalls. It's just so slow. Had I picked these up, I wouldn't have gotten any recoil. At the 40 cent mark, there's like zero recoil right now. There it goes. That was a 20 cent recoil, but I didn't get it. Getting support at that level, at the 50 cent level. Come on, break down so I can buy a dip. There you go. Break down. I see it coming up. You're having imbalance. You should drop. You should drop. Ugh. You wonder what kind of shenanigans you don't see, you know. I'm just looking at the level 2 right there to try to catch this dip. And it's just not. Especially if I go and market, it's going to give me a pretty bad price. All right. That should have been 40 cents, but it was 44. All right, so that's a little better. I'm really playing I'm playing a very tight area here. So. There we go. There we go. Give me a bigger drop. Go down toward the 98. It's time for a drawdown. Pull it back. I'm looking at 198. I feel would be like a perfect entry. Because you can ride it down if it keeps going, and there we go. I'm going to actually take that there because it's not giving me my perfect entry. And I thought I was at it. Did I actually go down in money there? No, I don't think so. Once again, the market's taking forever to fill. 2 seconds, it looks like, rather than 2/10 is what they promise. When you call them on the phone, they'll tell you that they don't promise that. But if you look at the fine print, it's part of the deal. But you probably just get yourself They'll tell you that we don't want you to scalp here anymore if you make too much trouble. So, yeah, I went in again. I went in off that dip that was better than my last dip. Come on, baby. You know you want to go back up. Went from $12 to $2 when I pressed market. Wow. Is it making a run at a new low here? Oh God, I got to take that. I mean, I just think this is going back up. Let me try to sell the ask and do a little better here. Got $54 there. What are we at for time? We have a few minutes left. What do we have here? So we have AMD is 54. What were the other ones? Apple is 44, so that's 98, right? And then do we have some on that Marble one? I think so. Marble is okay. So we're over the 100 anyway, even when you deduct the 35. You know what I did yesterday? I don't know if I did it live or I was doing it when I was trading after, but I forgot to change this back, and I was looking at the data for this stock over here, whatever stock I had. But I was trading off the level 2 for this stock, and I actually did really well. What does that mean? It's just terrible. Well, I don't know if it's really well, but I made every trade. I think I rely more on the level 2 than the patterns is what that means, but it's kind of scary about, predicting any action. I wanted to come clean about it. So I looked at it and I was just like, really? Come on. We've got a few more minutes, guys, and let's try to get this up a bit. NVIDIA's still staying a couple, but we haven't actually looked at NVIDIA yet. So maybe I should go over there to play the full spectrum. Although this has been doing pretty good. Yeah, let's get a look at something else. I know some of you hate it when I do this, and some of you love it when I do this. Oh, okay. Let's be careful. That almost happened again. Because I have AMD down here and I had over here was both on the green and the red. That's how it happened, I guess. I just realized it. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, this is a newer setup, so I make enough mistakes just by going long when I should be going short and short when I should be going long, and it's just nice. Look at that, guys. That is friggin' beautiful. So 82.50, really, this is the quarter ATR level, and that's really at like 81 cents. So that's like a 75-cent channel. You could go all the way down to that's like a $1 channel, honestly. This is great to trade. You're taking a while. Let me see what it's like here. And that was 10 cents. That wasn't too bad. So this is where you don't want to take a trade, right here at this level. Let me look at the volume. Right now we're kind of going down on volume. And the sellers were winning out here, so waiting for that, so I'm going to adjust the other charts. Waiting for that action. Apple's getting back up to its ATR level, the one that I respect the most, which is the half. And Palantir's getting up to its ATR also. So one's to keep an eye on because you want to go the opposite direction when it hits there. You should get some resistance on both of those. AMD's not too far from it either, but now $3. Or $6 actually. All right, so this is just grinding here. Now I could try to take the trades in the middle here. It's not ideal. How much of a recoil? That was a 10-cent recoil there. All right, I would prefer to buy the dip here. So we're closer to the bottom than the top. Let's see if we get a dip way below 82. So we get it down here like 82.80 maybe, or 81.80. Yeah, to go short, I want it way up here, like 82.40 maybe. Yeah, it's just winding the time away here. You should be green for the day if you were sort of following me. Hopefully you are. You always want back the losing trades. We'd be closer to 150 then. So, you know, again, the whole point of this strategy is consistency. It's, you know, some people look at it and they say, you know, you're just being lucky. You can't be lucky every day, every week, and every month the way I trade. It's not luck, guys. Obviously, there's some element of luck, you know, with anything we do. But no. Controlling your maximum loss, watching the levels, seeing how the indicators pick up historical data of whatever kind, whether it be EMA crossover, RSI, you know, whether it be the Fibonacci level, whether it be the ATR levels, you know, marking which ones are being respected, counting on those more than not, and being prepared at any time that they stop respecting it. You know, it's not an easy. That is. I'm going to go for that, guys. What did I get at 86? So I'm looking for a recoil back up almost as far as it went down. So let's see if we get it. I'll do ask so we actually get to keep the money. What was that, like 450? That was terrible. I'm going to get out of that trade. Even if that picks me up, I don't want that. Yeah, the way this is moving, I probably want to do market, huh? Yeah, the spread's like 2 cents, so if you made your goal, you should be stopping. You know, remember that. Wow, it just decided to like stay down there, so we don't want to go past 81.50. That's 36 cents, $36. That would definitely be an area where I would be worried. I probably would add, depending on how it looks here. This is a pretty big fade, so yeah, 5 minute to the 5 minutes sitting right on this level, boy. That's the quarter, so that's being respected, at least for now. Just running about 10 to 12 cents off my position. Nothing radical here. Oh, they froze. You see, they hate it when it freezes. Then you look again and you're $4 more down. It says, let me adjust your position so you can't get out. Here's our VWAP. Remember, this is where most of the capital is right now. Come on, let's get back up to at least 82. That would be $14. I want to get it on a swale up because it's going to give a 2-second delay. There we go. See, it took 350 away from me from when I pushed it. Oh, okay, 10:30. All right, guys, I got to call it. Have a great weekend. I hope you did okay today. This is what I would be doing as I go on, and I will be making this indicator available for those, loyal fans that are here all the time. I'll tell you, once I get it fixed, next week, I'll tell you how you can get it. So you don't want to miss that because it'll be for a short period of time. So I'm holding you to the channel. That's what I'm doing. That's marketing, right? So guys, you should be doing good. I think I'm around 850 or something this week, which is definitely in par for making the mortgage that we're out to get. And I would, for those of you that stick around to see what I would be trading for the rest of the day and when I might come back and trade more if I have time, Palantir. AMD is just it's difficult to call right now. Nvidia is consolidating, but it's always so slow. It's grinding. Big money. You know what? I'll look at Tesla before I go, just to see what we're doing here. So that's been fading down, but it's on the way back up. It looks like. Well, it looks like a good 5 minute, right at that ATR. All right, let's see what we got here, guys. Nice. Boy, look at how that's respected. So when you have something like that, it kind of gives you a leg up to trade this. So let me get mine. I might even take one more trade here. Let me just. All right. So the volume went down with the buyers. So, but look at it rest on the VWAP, man. So that's a retest, right? So that's a dynamic retesting of this. So we have 33.9850 down to about a $1.50 channel here, and here is our pre-market level right in the middle. So this is a lot of data. When you have this much data, it's way easier to call the trades correctly. I'm going to wait to see if it goes up here, because if it does, I will go short. I'll give it a couple more minutes. My session doesn't actually start till 11, but I have to prepare for it. Or on the VWAP again, I might just buy it there. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and go in on that and try to catch a quick recoil. Yeah, $11, real quick. This is the thing with Tesla, man. And of course, that would have been 22 if I had 100 shares. But because of the range, you got to be really careful. We're only going for like $100, $120. So, but look at what we've got here. Now, of course, it could break it, but it hasn't been. A little bit worth holding it if it broke it, for just to make sure it's really breaking it. Keep your share size low. If you're sweating or your heart's racing, lower it more or stop trading. That means you're not in the zone. Trading's all about you, more than the data. It's all about you. You guys know that by now. Hopefully you've all read Trading in a Zone. I have the Trading in the Zone. I have a link for it. I'm assuming you've all read Day Trading Volume 1, at least the ones that are with me here. I know all the Zoom people have. This is basic books you should have in your library. Best Loser Wins, Tom Hogarth. Mark Douglas is Trading in the Zone. $1 Million Margin Club is Day Trading Volume 1, Day Trading Volume 4. Not to say that their Volume 3 and 2 and 3 aren't good, but I'm just talking about strategy books. So this appears to be going slow, but it's moving like 30 cents on the recoil here. So I might try to recoil off that 50 cent here, because it has been testing it. Short, I mean. And then long down here again, if it goes down to the VWAP again, which is all the way down to below 97 in there somewhere. It's kind of stalled right here in the middle here, so we're just... Okay, there you go. almost hit that level. Look at the recoil. Even I've picked it up at 46 cents. I already had a trade. It's like amazing how predictable this is right here. So let's get some trades in here real quick. So I think I would buy anywhere around the 397, and I'll short anywhere around the 97.50. There it is. Okay, so I'm going to go. Did it get me? It got me. So I'm looking for a quick recoil and get out because it might still go up. So I don't want to get in pain. I just want to take some short money and get out. So didn't pick me up. That was $10. Didn't pick me up. It's swailing. There we go. So, or $9, whatever it was. So that's all. Just a quick recoil because I really want it to go up to the top of its channel. And then I would absolutely go short off of that. So you were at, people I'm sure were asking me, what would we trade? I would trade this if you have the stomach for it, go down to 5 or 10 shares, work off these levels. You can average in once or twice if your share size can afford to, if you get in early so you don't miss the trade, and then cut it if it's breaking the levels that it's established here. Get out because Tesla, you keep holding it, and it's the stock that kills you more than anything. It just keeps going. It just suddenly, does 4 times what it's been doing the opposite direction. So you guys know who trades Tesla. You have to be really careful with that, that kind of thing. But anyway, all right, guys, I got to set up the other thing. So thanks for being with me, and have a great weekend, and go green out there, guys. Hope you're doing good so far.